Hola guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to Steal the Spotlight. Today I have a thrift haul, which we all know are my personal favorites. And since I have been MIA for like nearly 2 weeks, I thought this would be a really nice way to ease back into filming. I'm really sorry there was no upload last week, by the way. I'm not going to bore you with details or anything at the moment, but there should be an update/announcement video very soon, which will probably explain a lot. So like I said, for today we have a thrift haul, but I decided to put a little bit of a twist on things, and all of the goodies that I have to show you are actually items that I consider to be 2017 fashion trends. These are all things that you would pay a lot more for in-store or online at the moment. So I thought this could be a really cool focus to kind of give you some inspo the next time you're at the op shop as well. So the first item is something that has been in style for quite a while, but since I live in Australia and it's only just going into winter now, it's kind of been my first chance to really embrace it, and it is the puffer jacket. I absolutely love this trend. It's obviously all over Instagram, and in my opinion, the look that really kicked it all off was, of course, the red puffer jacket off the shoulder at Balenciaga, and this is very reminiscent of that. So I was stoked to find it at the op shop for only $10, which I thought was a steal because I have been looking at these at Cotton On and Supre are the cheapest places I've found it, and I think even then they're still like $60 to $80. If you are in the market for a puffer jacket, then definitely keep your eye out at the thrift stores, especially if you live in Brisbane like I do, because I see a lot of them. I think because it is warm weather here most of the time, people are very quick to donate any sort of winter items. I feel like there are two major print trends at the moment. The first one is gingham and the second one is camo. I have been keeping my eyes peeled for something camo at the op shop, but all I find are like little boy pajama pants, which is not the look I'm going for. Gingham, on the other hand, I have found quite a few items of. Most recently is this little mini skirt. It was $10, which honestly is pretty pricey for a mini skirt at the op shop, but I don't know, I decided to bite the bullet and get it anyway because in store I'd probably be looking at paying upwards of $50 anyway. So the athleisure trend is one of those things that just feels like is never going to die. It has been around for so long and it's never really been my go-to just because it doesn't really fit in with my personal style, but I really like the turn that it's taken this year with more of that late 90s, early 2000s, really baggy track pants, sporty spice vibes. So I was really happy to find this pair of white Adidas track pants for only $5. That is such a steal, especially for finding white pants at the op shop that are actually in perfect condition. I feel like that is kind of unheard of. I will admit that it'll take some getting used to wearing a low-rise sort of pant. I am usually all about the high-waisted everything, but hopefully I can find some inspo from like Rihanna and Bella Hadid, who absolutely rock the hell out of this style. So next up is something I wouldn't necessarily consider a 2017 trend per se, but it is something that we're seeing a lot of, especially on Instagram. I feel like everyone has some sort of Harley Davidson merchandise. Myself included. Obviously, I have a couple of Harley tees which I've had for a few years now and I've worn them to death. I know you guys are sick of them. I can't help it. It is like my absolute go-to wardrobe essential, and all of those I've picked up from a vintage seller. So I've paid like $50 to $80 for those, but this time I found something just at the op shop for only $8, which was a steal, and it is this cute little faux leather cap. Let's be real, it's probably not legit authentic merchandise, but it still looks pretty darn cute to me, and for only $8 I could not leave it behind. During the summer months, one of my favorite things to wear were the cute little tie-up tops, and these are everywhere on online Australian boutiques, but lately I have been seeing them in op shops just about every single time I go. So if you're into the trend, definitely check there before you start to splurge on anything online. This time around, I picked up this little snakeskin print one, and I justified buying it even though we're in the middle of winter just because it was such a unique print. So I thought it'd be a nice addition to my collection. Hands down, one of my go-to pieces when it comes to layering is anything that is black mesh. And I feel like this is everywhere at the moment. And I was thinking just now even, you could totally DIY it to look like the mesh tops they're selling with the little diamantes and everything on it if you wanted to be a little bit extra, but I think that this cardigan looks super cute by itself as well. Definitely gives me late 90s Sarah Michelle Gellar vibes, who is my absolute style icon at the moment, by the way. I recently watched Cruel Intentions, which I know I'm so late to that party, but I'm obsessed. So I really want to do that top 10 style icons of the 90s video that I briefly mentioned once in a video, I think. But yeah, I really want to get you guys input on this so it can really be a collection of everyone's opinion on who the style icons of the 90s are. So hit me up in the comments with all of your favorites. I'll probably post a picture on Instagram to get some more opinions there as well, but I'm so keen to get started on that video, and this mesh shirt was just the inspiration I needed. I have another little random accessories trend, and it's belts. Belts in general, I feel like have been having a serious moment in 2017. I do love the really wide, thick 80s inspired ones, but my other favorite are the little D-ring ones as well. I loved the bold stripe pattern on these, which is kind of another trend, I suppose. Stripes have been pretty in, and particularly because it did feature red, I knew that I would get a lot of wear out of this one. But if you guys are into belts, then make sure you're checking out that section in the op shop because it is one of my absolute favorites. I have ended up with like a whole suitcase of belts over there just because I cannot help myself. I practically always walk away with a little gem. Okay, so the next trend definitely isn't going to be for everyone, I have warned you, but I fell in love the second I saw it on the Marc Jacobs runway, and it is the men's inspired retro trousers. This is something you can find in abundance at the op shop. However, it might take a little while to find the one with the perfect fit. I found this pair at the RSPCA op shop, and honestly, that was the best selection of pants I have seen in such a long time. I found these ones for only $5. This next item isn't necessarily a trend. I suppose it kind of plays into the early 2000s skater girl look a little bit, but I more specifically picked it up as a dupe for the sweaters they have on Unif at the moment. It is this one here. It has kind of that ugly color combo stripe, which Unif loves to play around with, and also just a super baggy, oversized fit, but really cropped as well. This one is a little bit too long, so I might end up hacking it off a little bit, and I think that'll add to like the skater vibe anyway. But this is actually a perfect example of something that usually I wouldn't even look twice at, but since I had recently been on the Unif website and had that sort of aesthetic in mind, I was instantly gravitating towards it. Like I mentioned before, I kind of hit the trousers jackpot this time around, which it was about time because I have had bad luck in that department for over a year, I would say, but this is my absolute favorite find. It is this pair of retro red trousers, and let me tell you, these have been on my thrift wish list for the longest time, so my eyes just lit up and sparkled as soon as I saw these. They did have them in the retro section, which means they upped the price, so I paid $17, but still worth it considering it has been on my dream list for a very long time. I totally forgot to even mention what the trend was, but it is indeed the color red. I feel like this is super popular and has been for like the last year. I absolutely love wearing this shade, so I'm stoked it is still in fashion. And I've been thinking about doing like an all red everything lookbook, but I'm not sure if other people love the color as much as I do, so let me know if it's something you might actually be interested in. The very last item I have here is another accessory, and it is these little oval sunglasses. I feel like oval, late 90s, just retro sunglasses in general are definitely on trend this season. I got these ones for only $5 at the op shop, and I've seen a lot like this in the past. I've picked up a really similar pair that was silver hardware, so if you're into this sort of style, definitely don't splurge. Check out the thrift store first. Okay, so I think that's everything for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this kind of unique combo of fashion trends from a thrift store. If you guys did enjoy it and want to see more, then give this a big thumbs up, and as always, Let me know in the comments which item was your favorite, and also do not forget to hit me up about your favorite 90s style icons. I really want your input on this one, guys. So let me know who you love from the 90s, fashion-wise, of course, whether it's characters or actors. And then if you guys are going through the comments, give thumbs ups to the ones that you like the best, so then I know which ones are the most popular. But now I'm just rambling on about that, so I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Mwah.